Hi, class. Let's start the chapter. Okay, in this chapter, chapter 7, we'll talk about fellowship, and we'll discuss more details about the fellowship. And the objective of this chapter is to effectively manage both up and down the hierarchies. So your boss and your subordinate. Recognize your fellowship style and take steps to become a more effective follower. Understand the leader's role in developing effective followers. Apply the principle of effective fellowship, including responsibilities, services, challenging authority, participating in change, and knowing when to leave. Implementing the strategies for fellowship at school or work, and we'll play a video about in the school. Know what followers want from leaders and what leaders expect from followers. And also, we will use the feedback and leadership coaching to help followers grow and achieve their potential. So, in other words, it is not about just management. It's about managing up or your boss and managing down or your subordinate. So a good leaders manage both up and down of hierarchies, as you see here. And managing up consciously and deliberately, developing a meaningful, task-related, a mutually respectful relationship with your direct supervisor. That is what it means, managing up. And in managing up, there is issues. Usually, people feel discomfort with the idea of managing bosses and also not in control of this relationship. So what your leader wants from you, it's very important so you can manage your leader very well. What your leader in general wants from you is you have to have this make it happen attitude, willingness to cooperate and collaborate, motivation to stay up to date, and passion to drive your growth, your own growth. There is a styles of fellowship. The style is determined by the two dimension. The first one is a critical thinking versus uncritical thinking, and we'll see the videos about what's the difference between them, and active versus passive. So a combination of them will determine the style of fellowship. And as you see here, in a critical thinking is thinking independently and being mindful of effects of one's own and other people behavior on achieving the organization visions. There's lots of literature written about critical thinking. So what's uncritical thinking is failing to consider possibilities beyond what one is told and accepting the leader's ideas without thinking, whatever you say, sir. That's uncritical thinking. Now, let's look at this fellowship styles is defined as follower style. What kind of followers is there? Thinking style, these type of followers, what kind of the way they think, and how they are in the engagement level. Let's take a look at this and we'll take it from there. Now, what do you call a strategies for managing up? In other words, when we say, anytime we're saying managing up means managing your supervisor or your boss. There is a strategies for it. And first of the strategy is you need to understand the leader, learn the goals, need, strength, in the weakness, and organizational constraints. And also study the leader's work style, what kind of a work style is it doing. And then use the specific tactics to improve that relations through be a resourceful, for example, help the leader to be a good leader, build a relationship with the leader, and have a view of leader realistically as whatever he is in or she. But the ways you influence your leader, let's start from the bottom to the up. And here saying be resourceful. Some example like determine the leader's need, tell the leader about you. And then you need to help the leader to be a good leader. We said that. And probably you ask them for advice and tell leader what you think. Find things to thank the leader for. Then you also need to build a relationship with the leader and ask about leaders at your level, level or position. Ask the leader to tell you company stories. And the last thing you can do is review the leader realistically. Give up the idealistic, expectation from your leader. Don't hide anything. Be very transparent. Don't criticize the leader to the others and disagree occasionally with him or her. Now, there is sources of power for managing up. To manage your leaders or managing up, you have source of powers, and there is what you call personal sources and position sources. In the personal sources, maybe your knowledge, your skills, your expertise, history, your effort, that's a personal, and persuasion. In the position sources, the position that you have, visible positions, follow up the information, probably, central location, and network of relationship. Now, necessary courage to manage up, because it is not only you feel discomfort with the idea of managing up, you also you have less courage to do so. So you need a courage to assume responsibility, definitely. And courage to challenge his ideas or challenge the position. Also, you need the courage to participate in if there is any transformations. Courage to serve or to work, actually, and courage to live. Here's a rank orders for desirable characteristics. These desirable leaders are, and desirable followers or colleagues are. So you notice that there is difference in the some of them. Both honesty is there. Leader probably desire the forward thinking. Here they desire cooperative, inspiring. Should be here. It has to be a dependable, and the both looks for competent. So leaders and the followers should be competent. Leaders enhance followers' abilities and contribution. So now how you can help the followers' ability and how you can help them to contribute. First of all, you have to give them a direction and a clear one, clarity of the direction. Some kind of an opportunity to grow. So opportunities for growth. So when they come in, put more effort, they know that they can grow. Frequent and specific and immediate feedback. And that's very important to distinguish between a low context and high context. And we'll see it in a video also, how you do that. And protection from organization intrusion from other side. There is something that's called leadership coaching, and it's a method of directing or facilitating a follower with the aim of improving specific skill or achieving a specific development goal. So you, as a leader, you facilitating that as a facilitators to help them and direct them. Now, the followers benefit from leadership coaching. We notice here is 36% said now we have a direct, clear and direct feedback. There is 23% said we have a new perspective. They are kind of good for advice on handling situation. The leaders help you in that, help you in understanding organizational objective, what's their objectives, encouragement, general encouragement, and handling organizational objectives. So these are what followers benefit from leadership coaching. Excuse me. Feedback. Using evaluation and communication to help individual and the organization learn and improve. And you have to know the feedback, when it's supposed to be done, how much positive, how much is negative, how it's a low context versus the high context of feedback, as we saw it in the video. Here is some tips that you can work on it. Is you have to make it timely. Focus on the performance, not the person. Make it specific, exactly clear to the point, and specific to what. And focus on the desired future, not on the past. Thank you very much.